You're absolutely right, Jasmine. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Ha! Let's get it started in here. Okay. Oh, wow. This is going to be a long season. This is going to be a long season. Now boarding. This is going to be a long season. Hey, Babs. Hey, Jasmine. Don't forget to drop a like upon entry, y'all. Gato. Now you know you tripping. Yeah. You turned off my light. I don't know how you did it, but you did. Uh-oh. He has the zoomies or something. Okay, I'm gonna put my light back on. Okay. Took off my light. Hi, how are you? Hello. Hello, living queen. Hello. Joy. Tea tackle. Dedria. Okay, what time is it? 7:29. All right, 7:29. 12 people in the room, you guys. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Let's make sure my mic is working. Yes. Boop, 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 boop. Great. Kate, hey. Angela, hey. Babs, hey. Oh, well. Hey. Glad you guys are back. Appreciate the support. 100%. I'm playing Spider Solitaire. It's like my jam. I try to play like once a day. I'm trying to get good at it. Just my 2 cents. How you doing, girl? Okay. We'll get started at... Give people 5 minutes to join. Ooh, Travel Town. What's that? Is that free? Is that free? I hate the ads, but like... Ugh. Sometimes I just like need something to zone out to. I was doing solitaire for a long time, and then I was like, ooh, Spider Solitaire. Next level. I can't wait to talk about Emma. So many. Have y'all seen Reckoning? Is that a movie? I reckon. I feel like a Puerto Rican. Reckoning. What's that? Nope. Is that a movie? Oh, The Reckoning. Sean Combs' The Reckoning? Not yet. I will watch it though. Not yet. The Diddy Reckoning. Well, hello, Margot. Never seen your name before, but as soon as she said Reckoning, you're like, the Diddy Reckoning? Hello. Yes, on Netflix. Hi, Marsha. Plurbus. I don't have Apple TV anymore. I did a free thingy and it was fun. Plurbus. That sounds good. Okay, where are we at? It's 7:32. 23 people in the room. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up so that other people can find it. Yeah, Elise is on B90, and I'm just like, oh my God, guys. Is this a gimmick? Who did she find? Was it somebody else? Was it Gaston? Was it somebody else from the island that she's bringing to the US now, or she's going to visit? Girl, a gimmick, a straight gimmick, a gimmick, if you will. All right, we'll get started at 6 minutes in. We're at 5 and 12 seconds. An Australian. Okay, girl. We're gonna see her in Australia pretending that she is in her early 30s. Pretending that she's in her early 30s. Girl, you had a very amazing fun 20s then. Oh, makes all the difference. Does it not? Makes all the difference. Okay. Let's shake it off. Shake it off. Here we go. 10 seconds. At 6. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to my recap of 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, Season 8, Episode 1, Now Boarding. My name is Wah. I do recaps of relationship reality TV shows such as 90 Day Fiance, Love is Blind, Seeking Sister Wife, and Love After Lockup. So if you are at all interested in that content, please subscribe to my channel. You can share this video on any social media platform that you deem fit. If while watching this, you get the hee ha-has and you want to give your girl a tip, you can do so with the options down below. If you are hashtag replay gang, please check out the description so that you can skip around to your heart's content. All right, let's jump right into this episode. Gato, ruining my intro. It's really snowy here in the Midwest and I'm enjoying it. I wish that, I'm going to wake up to mounds of snow. Mounds. It feels like there were like 4 inches and that is the truth. That is the truth. Okay, so let's get started with our first couple, and that is Forrest and Sheena. Now, Forrest is 32 years old. Do you think his mother named him after the Tom Hanks character, Gump? The movie isn't 32 years old, but that's the first thing I thought. I didn't think Forrest was a real name. Let me see. Let's Google it. I don't know what year people are born if they're 32. Let's see. If you were 32, what year were you born? 1993. Great. I feel like Forrest Gump came out in 92. What year did the movie Forrest Gump come out in? 94. Ooh. Okay. So Molly beat the rap by 1 year. By 1 year. All right. So we start off with that couple, Sheena and Forrest. Forrest, our dear friend, our dear good friend Forrest. I just on the horizon see him making oodles and boodles of mistakes, but here we are. So Forrest is on the spectrum, and we start off the episode with some weird like Michael Myers music. It's like it's like that's not right. I can think it in my head, but I cannot replicate it. It's like no, that sounds like Mission Impossible. Anyways, we start off with some Michael Myers music. That's what I wrote down. And he's making eggs. And then we see a woman eating popcorn. And she's like, don't burn it like the last time. And I think to myself, you can burn eggs. I mean, I know you can burn anything, but like, I've never burnt an egg. I've never cracked an egg in a skillet and walked away from it because it cooks so quick. It cooks so quick that it's just not one of those things that you can just walk away from. But this man has done it a couple times. He's 32 years old. His name is Forrest. He's from the Dallas, Oregon. And he has set up his home to be a smart home because I think he likes the convenience of it. We are in the future, as well as so that his girlfriend in the Philippines, shout out to Christina, his girlfriend in the Philippines can watch him. He has set up his life so that he is on Philippines time. Let's ask it. What time is it in the Philippines? It is 9:38 a.m. And right now it is 7:38 p.m. So it's tomorrow in the Philippines. So they are 22 hours ahead. Now, they're 22 hours ahead from Central Time. He is on the West Coast, so it's 20 hours ahead. Because in the West Coast, it is 5:38. So thank you for those of you on the West Coast joining me. And so it is, oh no, it's more than that. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Gato was having a moment. Wait, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is it 24 hours ahead? I don't know math. Somebody tell me. 13. Thank you. Girl, struggle. That struggle. Girl, I don't know. Thank you, Saray. I don't know. The struggle was real. The struggle is real. I don't know. Anyways, so he has set his time up so that he can be on her time. So it feels like it's almost the exact opposite. It's like 5 p.m., but he's up in the morning at 5 p.m. because it's 9:30 the next day. So that he can get in tune with his girlfriend. I love that dedication. Listen, I'm not going to knock it. Would I want a man to schedule his entire life to include me? Absolutely. Absolutely. So he talks about how at first it was a little weird to have all the cameras around his home, but when they started having sexy time, it made absolute sense. And so he says, I can't say the word, hey, AI in your ear, can you make it sexy time? And the things change. The lights change. And he's like, he also has in his home some things on his bed for her. She is this big panda bear. And all I can wonder is when they're in the house by themselves and he's got this panda bear, what does he do to that panda bear? And as we'll see later on, he's got like a healthy, robust sex life. Anyways, so he has been talking to Sheena for 7 years, since he was 25 years old, 7 years. And, he's finally saved up enough money to travel to the Philippines. How much is a flight to the Philippines from California? From Los Angeles nonstop is $14.86. So he's not from Los Angeles. I'm just, ballparking. So it took him 7 years to save up $2,000. But he's got he's got like grand plans, and we'll talk about that later. So maybe he wanted to save up even more. But I thought to myself, if I really hunkered down, I could save up $1,000. I think if I really I think that I got a second job, which I do have, but like I think that I could save if I got a second job at minimum wage, which I don't know how much that is, but let's say in Oregon, girl. How much is the minimum wage in Oregon? I love the future. We're in it. It's $15.05 an hour. And I worked 12 hours a week. Let's do that, Mom. 1505 times 12 equals that. Times 52 equals that. That is almost, with taxes taken out, that man could have saved up $7,000 in a year. I really need to understand what's going on. Why did it take him 7 years to save up enough money to go to the Philippines? Was he planning on going there with oodles and boodles? Because as we're going to figure out and find out, he had been saving money with her. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's just tell the story because I'm sure you guys watched it. Anyways, so he now has enough money to go to the Philippines. His mother, Molly, comes over. And at first, we're kind of like, this mother is in his business hardcore. This is Molly, confused as hell, just confused. And then we realize, then they tell us he's on the spectrum. And so we're like, okay, we get it. Molly comes into the house and she's like, hi, Sheena. And he's like, oh, she's asleep. She's like, oh, okay. So mom knows when she comes to the house that Sheena will be watching. So they go to the sex shop. It's an adult shop. It says adult shop and pipes. So not only do you get lube, lingerie, you also get some pipes, some glass pipes, I guess, to smoke out of. And mom helps him pick out some clothes. Her favorite color is purple. So all they have to decide now, do they do cups or without a cup? And I thought to myself at first, like, oh, this is weird. But at the end of the day, it's not. Mom says that the reason why she is comfortable going to the sex shop with her son is because one day, a couple of years ago, maybe a decade or so, probably more, little Forrest stumbled upon her and her husband's stash of adult content. And she did not hold back. She explained what the adult content was and then took her baby boy to the sex shop. I don't know how old he was when this happened, but I think if he was an appropriate age, considering that he's on the spectrum, this might have been a smart thing to do. Even if he wasn't on the spectrum, I think I'm not going to judge the fact that she wants to be open and honest with her son about sex. It's his body, it's her body. They can do what they want with their bodies as long as everybody consents to it. It's different, but it is their prerogative. And I'm not going to judge them for it. But it is salacious. It is quite interesting. And they get to the sex shop and Forrest is like, help me, mom. So mom helps him pick out some lingerie for Sheena. Then we get the background of what's going on with him and Sheena. Turns out that mom doesn't trust Sheena because Sheena has stolen money from Forrest twice. The first time, she and Forrest, or she and her family, had a bank account, and I guess maybe Forrest was putting money in that bank account. Then all of a sudden the money was gone. She said her parents took it. Then it happened again 4 years later. She opened up a new bank account, supposedly, and her parents took the money out of that bank account as well. And I think we're missing something. I think culturally we're missing this idea because, as we've seen from Filipino culture of the past, that a lot of times the children help their parents out financially. And as we've seen in 90 Day Fiance UK, as we've seen in 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days with Sheena and David, David, we've seen a lot of Filipino women in the 90 Day Fiance universe. And with that comes helping out the family, because usually from the 90 Day Fiance version, the person in the Philippines, except for a couple of examples, which would be what's her face from 90 Day Fiance UK, the recent season 4 with Andrew, is that for the most part, there is a little bit of poverty going on, right? And so as the American, you send money and it's, part of the family and things like that. Now, mom is mad, but Forrest is like, listen, I don't think Sheena's scamming. I think her parents are the scammers. They're the ones taking the money. They're the ones doing all of these things. And I think what we are seeing is a culture divide. They are not understanding that culturally, if Sheena has money in a bank, then her parents are privy to that. She's not married. Why would she have money in a bank that her parents don't have access to? That is what I'm thinking. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. The idea that her parents are scamming and she's not is crazy. She's allowing them. She's telling them about the bank account that she has with her boyfriend. And she's allowing that to happen. Unless there's a law in the Philippines that says a single woman can't have a bank account on her own. Unless there's something that I'm missing. But it feels like she's complicit in this, and she can't say no to her parents, because how can she if they are living in poverty and she has access to a bank account that has American funds in it? So I'm gonna need Molly to step back and be and like Forrest, he's like, I don't care about the parents, and Molly's like, listen, you got to care about the parents because she does everything her parents say, because culturally that is what she should be doing. So we've got a little bit of a divide there with them not quite understanding what's going on with the family. Now, he thinks that her parents manipulated her and that she is Cinderella. And I'm like, she's not Cinderella. She is just the daughter of a Filipino family in the Philippines. She's what? What are you talking about? He's not understanding culturally what is expected of her. And I don't think she's accurately explaining it to him. I think that she's making it seem like, oh, my parents took the money, babe. So let's open up a new account, put more money in it. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think she's explaining to him correctly the fact that the expectation is for her to share her money if she's living underneath their roof. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. Sorry, guys. My nose is so dry. It's cracked on the inside and it hurts so bad because it's so dry here and cold. Anyways, so how they met is, he had a hard time, I guess, making friends. And so his mother put him in a Facebook group. And in that Facebook group, Sheena was in it. So they started talking right away. He wants to stay in the Philippines for a couple of months. Him and his mother and his father are going to the Philippines. So his mother is allowing him to go to the Philippines, but she's going to go with him because she wants to make sure that her son is not taken advantage of. He tells her that he's going to stay for a couple of months, and she's like, absolutely not. No, negative ghostwriter over my dead body. No, you are not staying there because I don't know what's going to happen to you and I don't trust that. And I'm not mad at Molly for that. Now, I do think that he's 32 and that she's going to have to let him fail on his own, but it really just depends on whether or not she's going to have to pick up the pieces if he fails. And she's like, that is total bull malarkey. You are not staying in the Philippines without me. She's like, I'm so scared that once you get the nookie, you're not going to want to leave. And I said, you know what, Limp Bizkit, who sings that song? I did it all for the nookie, the nookie, so you could take that cookie. And I said, okay, is it Limp Bizkit? Who sings the song I did it all for the nookie? Yeah, Limp Bizkit. So I said, okay, Limp Bizkit, Molly. Okay. She said once he gets a nookie, because these two are virgins, they're planning on having the sex together once they get together in the Philippines. He's like, I'm a virgin, but we've done sexual stuff. I'm like, with them cameras, y'all been doing the most. Bull malarkey is hilarious. Hilarious. It's better than Niles and Matilda case where Niles needed support and he didn't have it. It is so true. I fully agree with the mom. He shouldn't stay. He shouldn't. Because but the thing is, so he has to learn that on his own. I feel like once he gets to the Philippines and that heat hits him, he's going to want to go home. That heat, not the money. He's going to have the nookie, but that heat, every single American that goes to the Philippines is drenched the moment they get off the plane. That heat's going to hit him and he's going to want to come home. He's not going to stay there with that heat. I wish him the best. I wish him the absolute best. Also, prior to him dating Sheena, he was also scammed by an Indonesian. So poor little bull malarkey Forrest has been through it, and his mother has been through it with him, and she's not gonna let him stay. She's not gonna let him stay. And I don't blame her. All right, you guys. Thanks so much for listening. All right. So that's the end of them. What do you guys think of them? Let's see. Do I have any other pictures? Yep, of that picture. Good, it's enough. I got that picture and his little panda bear. So we don't know what he been doing. That panda. We don't know what he been doing. He said that's Sheena, and I was like, okay. Mm. All right. So the next couple that we are going to talk about are Emma and Zied. Oh, I dropped my pen. It feels like it went far. Zied. Another Zied. How exciting. Also, I'm gonna tell you right now, Emma and her twin sister are very much given Darcy and Stacy. Very much. To the point where I'm like, they look kind of different, but they're identical twins apparently. I mean, one of them they're both into Botox. They're only 27, and we got the Silva twins in their late 30s. The first time we met Darcy, she was, I think, oh, maybe she was 42. Because the first time we met Darcy was on season 1 of Before the 90 Days. And if this is season 8, that means it was almost 8 years ago. And she's 50 now. So yeah, 42 is when we first met them. Oh yeah, so many things. Everyone's like, I'm gonna tell my kids that this is the Kardashian twins. I said, these two siblings are hilarious. So let's show the picture of Zied and Emma. She's like, he's so handsome. And I was like, he looks like that character from Ice Age. He looks like the John Leguizamo character from Ice Age. Mm. Does he not? Does he not? She's 27 years old from Los Angeles, and she wears pretty demure lashes. Most of the time we see her, she doesn't have lashes on, but then when we do see her with lashes, they're pretty demure. So I was like, this is the very beginning of somebody who's still trying to look natural. And I think it's because she's young. She's like, oh, I still want to be natural. But I'm like, as soon as they get their first wrinkle or hit a certain age, they're both going to just be freezing their face to the gods. Freezing their face to the gods. Darcy, Stacy, Shekinah, Tiger, Lily, Kardashian. It is. We are seeing the the origin story. Okay, we're seeing her origin story. Is what we're seeing. Her lips age her 100%. 100%. Her sister's doing it a little bit more natural. Her sister doesn't have the Botox and the fillers in the lips, at least not as much as she does. But I'm like, girl, that wig is aggressive. What is that, like 200% density? That wig is aggressive. It is like what you would buy for a Halloween like Morticia wig, except for it's not plastic. It's very long and it's aggressive. I mean, it's not even if it is a lace wig, it's not one of those lace wigs with the hairline. It looks like she just plopped that on and go about her business. Like, I want to know everything that's underneath that wig. I want to see underneath there. It is so thick and there's just no edges. It is just like curtain apart here. I was like, okay, Morticia Addams. Anyways, so our first scene is her trying on wedding dresses, talking about how she's a hopeless romantic. Then we have like a record, and her friend's like, hey, this is my bridal thing. Can I try on some dresses? I'm the one getting married. And then we never see that friend again. We see that friend in the very beginning. They do a bit about her trying on bridal dresses at her friend's fitting, and we never see that friend again. Just that friend just dies, disappears off the face of the earth. She said that she should be married. Her sister, her twin sister Izzy looks normal. That's what I wrote. She looks like regular just stuff. She looks like Emma looks like she's been making herself up for years now. Now, they're both in the beauty industry and they actually work directly across each other in beauty, like, filler. They're in the same line of business as Shekinah and Chantel. I can't remember what it's called, but that's where they work. Syed is 27 as well, and he's from Morocco, and he made her feel like he truly loves her. I'm getting a vision. I'm going to tell you how this ends, because we've watched the show and we know that she's going to go to Morocco and he's going to tell her that he has a lot of rules, that he can't do things. He's going to want her to change. He's going to want her to be more modest. And she's going to be like, maybe, this is my Tiger Lily, baby, you didn't tell me that I had to be modest. You said no. It's the same thing that we've seen over and over again. These women falling in love with these men from conservative countries with a conservative religion, specifically for the 90 Day Fiance world, Islam, wanting their women to be more conservative once they get married or once they meet each other. The only men we've not seen that from is, ironically, the other Syed. Even though we did see it a little bit when she was there, he wanted her to at least cover up her arms and stuff in public, right? We saw that, but she was in Tunisia. And then we see it with Sarper and Shekinah. Now, I don't know if Sarper is Muslim, but he's from Turkey, right? And in general, the men from Turkey are Muslim. Not to say that Sarper is, I don't know. But the ones that we've seen are Muslim. And so those are the only two men in the 90 Day Fiance universe where they didn't immediately demand that their wives or their girlfriends become like conservative and dress modestly immediately. So the majority of this, and we've already seen it in episode 1 in this episode, is him with a bait and switch. Him telling her on camera that he can do whatever he wants to do. And she gets there, and then he tells her, cover up, you whore, don't touch me. That is what we are going to see. Great. Now, let's get back to this story. So he made her feel like he truly loves her. Then we find out about her ex, Muhammad. Muhammad is another man from Morocco who she fell in love with. And she said that Muhammad was conservative from the very, very beginning. The first time she went there to see him, she had a great time with him, but on her way home, something was nagging her. So she decided to DM every single woman that he is friends with. At the end of her DMing, she found 20 women that he was in a relationship with. He confronts her, tells her that she's weird and that he doesn't want to be with her anymore. And they break up. And so she has, at this point, has already had Zied waiting in the wings. So she pivots to Zied. And now he's telling her, hey, what's up, wifey? And he says that he says this to her because that's what American women want to hear. They want to hear things like, hey, wifey. And so she feels immediately enamored with him because he, from the beginning, has shown how much he loves her. She calls him and she's like, hi, babe, I'm at the beach. She's at the beach. She's like, and he's like, oh, babe, you look so sexy, babe. You look so sexy. And she's like, we're going to do everything, right? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, we can kiss at the airport. I know that there's like weird rules. Annoyed. Weird rules. Okay. I know there's Wilbur. And he's like, no, we can do that. And she's like, I just don't know what I'm going to walk into, though. Because like, what if I get there and he has a small penis or it's uncircumcised? I said, oh, baby, it's definitely uncircumcised. His small penis is definitely uncircumcised. You should do some research on which cultures and religions do circumcisions and which don't. Because it's hairy and uncircumcised and small. I do some search in Google. Search in Google. Search in Google. Search in Google. She's in for a very rude awakening. If she even gets to see it. Because We all know that he's not going to give her the nookie. Okay? He's not Osama. Hey, Mac Reviews. This is not Osama. They're not going to do that. Okay. Anyways, so uh, she's packing for the airport and she's taking lots of bags of clothes. She's like, it makes sense because I'm going to be there for 3 weeks. And so I have one suitcase for 1 week worth of clothes and then my makeup bag is my carry on. And I'm like, you know what? If you don't have access to a washer and dryer and you want to wear a different outfit every single day, then yes, it does make sense to take as many clothes as that. It does. So, anyways, she does that. She gets with her brother and sister, and her brother, and I know a producer put him up for it, but this man takes this and he's like, so what is this? Is this like a scarf? And I'm like, boy, you know that's not a scarf. What producer made you do this so that we could get this conversation? And she's like, no, it's actually a dress that Muhammad's mother made for me. And I'm like, of all the things that we know about Muhammad, I feel like definitely his mother didn't make that dress for her. I feel like he bought it at a bazaar and then gave it to her and said, look, my mother made for you. So now the sister and brother are like, are you going to tell Zied about Muhammad? And she's like, no. And they're like, so you're just going to show up with like something that his mother made and not say anything? And I'm like, yeah. Why does she need to talk to Zied about Muhammad at all? What does that got to do with anything? Can you just let her live her life and stop being a hater? So this brother and sister are very skeptical of the whole situation. They think she's being a fool, but whatever. They're there for the plot. They're there to support. They're there for the plot. They're there to support their sister, and they're there to be on 90 Day Fiance. So like, win-win for everyone. They take her to the airport, and on the way to the airport, they are driving down Hauser and they make that right turn onto Washington. And I'm like, girl, I know exactly where they are. I know exactly what route they are taking them. I love that. I love whenever someone's driving around LA and I'm like, I know exactly where you are because I have driven those streets many a time. Okay, on my way to Culver City. That's the way to take it. From West Hollywood, they take you down Hauser. So, yes. Anyways, so they're trying to talk to her about things, and she's like, actually, I got fired. And HR enters the chat. I'm like, girl, why'd you get fired? So we find out that she gets fired because there was an incident between her work bestie and some other BD. And during that, she didn't want to get involved, but she also didn't want to tell her work bestie. So she told HR that she was not there. And HR was like, you were there. Cameras clocked it. And since you lied during an investigation, which is a policy violation, you getting fired. Because you cannot lie to an investigator. You can say you don't remember. You can say you don't remember. It's not going to help you really, because when if someone is like, I did an interview, if someone tells me that they don't remember, if it wasn't a month ago, I'm like, oh, you don't remember what happened yesterday? Oh, you don't remember what happened last week? You don't remember where you were last week? Mm-hmm. Okay. So don't tell them that you weren't there. Tell them you don't remember. So anyways, she did that. Now she's fired. And the sister's like, you can't just go there and like with that, you shouldn't go. And she's like, I'm still gonna go. I'm not gonna let it ruin my time. And I'm like, girl, you live in LA and you just got fired, and now you're gonna spend 3 weeks in Morocco. Are you planning on being an influencer when you get back? Is the show even gonna air? What are you gonna do? You're just gonna get another job? She's like, hopefully when I get there and I tell him I lost my job, he's not going to make me pay for everything, because I already told him that I would pay for everything. She's paying for the Airbnb in Marrakesh. She's paying for all this stuff. And I was like, now, if there's anything that we know about Arab men, not from 90 Day Fiance, but from our good friend Chris Farah, that there is a culture of like paying for things and being the man and ushering your family through and like being supportive, and like there's kind of a through line of that. And so like it seems odd to me, and as I know from my Muslim friends, that within Islam, men are kind of expected to pay for things. Like there's like a sort of like masculinity aligned with that. Like when you are married, you're like, as a woman, you're not expected to work. Your man is supposed to pay for everything. If you work, the money you make is your money. You don't have to contribute to the household. That's your money. As a Muslim wife, as a wife under Islam. And so now we have a situation, and in every instance, we've seen the American woman pay. In almost every single instance, we've seen the American woman pay. So now there's like a through line where that proud Muslim man is not paying for everything. So it's very interesting. It's very, very interesting that she walks into this situation. And he's a nurse, and I'm not saying that nursing and being a doctor and things like that are comparable. I don't know what the pay is. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to a foreign country and paying for everything. I'm going to a foreign country and pay for myself. If we go out on dates, you're paying for that date. Because you want to date me. And I don't care where you're from. You want to date me, so you're going to pay. And I'm in your country? Oh. You better get your lira or whatever the money is called together. And you better pay for these meals. That's crazy. It's crazy that any woman would fly to another country, pay for a hotel, pay for whatever, like for herself, alone in a foreign country, and then pay for dinners with that man. That is wild. You are setting up a dangerous and silly precedent. Anyways, so she's like, I'm gonna tell him that, and hopefully he'll just like pay for things. And I'm like, no, girl. No, your hopes are wrong. So she's putting on her lipstick in the car, and she takes her sister's rearview mirror and was like, this mirror is better. And the sister's like, you have a mirror. And she's like, no, it's better. And I'm like, okay. Immediately, if I didn't know anything about Emma, if I didn't take anything else that's happened in the rest of this episode, that one choice to take the driver's rear view mirror and turn it towards yourself so that you can reapply lipstick that you don't need to reapply. You don't go into your bag. You don't have your own personal mirror. You are a silly person, and I can no longer trust anything that you do or say. I know you guys are like, but why? She threw her luggage down the stairs. But why? She thinks that this Muslim man in Morocco is going to accept her being sexy on the beach. But what? No. She's an unserious person because she took the driver's rearview mirror to put her makeup on. And that is it. She's unserious at that point. Nothing else after this is just hilarious. So we're not going to hang our hats on her. We're just going to laugh through everything that she does. And there will be no realism in this. So, she's going to spend a month in Morocco. And she's like, maybe I can live in Morocco. And they get to the airport. There's a cute little moment with the man at the airport register. And I was like, oh, that's so interesting that they have edited in this conversation that she is having with the flight attendant who checks her in, but they don't show his face. Normally, if someone is not willing to show their face, they don't like document the conversation, but they documented it. So I thought that was very interesting. And she's like, my sister says I'm annoying you. Am I annoying you? And he's like, no, not at all. And then it feels like she's trying to hook her sister up with the flight attendant. And I think to myself, girl, if you don't get with that flight attendant, is that Delta? What flight is that? Get with that man. He got a good job at the airport. A good job at the airport. Don't throw that man away. So anyways, she gets to Morocco, and like Darcy, she's late coming out of the airport because she needs to put on copious amounts of makeup and do all kinds of stuff. And he's like, I don't know where she is. So he actually meets her in a parking area that's not at the airport. And she is expected to push and pull her luggage to find him wherever he is. And this is the way she shows up, half naked in Morocco. Now look at her hair. Okay, just like 250 density. This is a drag wig. This is a wig for a drag queen. He says she's my true and the first love. So anyway, she teeters over to him in this outfit. And he's like, babe, I hope you understand that like we can't kiss and we can't touch because we're in Morocco. And she's like, you absolutely told me we could. And he's like, no, I didn't say that. And if I were her, I would have spent a week in Morocco and I would get back on a plane and go home because he did it on camera. He told her on camera that they could kiss and that he didn't care. So he is a liar. And now we are going to watch him backpedal every single thing that he ever told her. She gets very upset and she like walks away from him. And I want her to enjoy her time in Morocco without him. I want to see the rest of her trip having a great time without him because he is a liar. But she's only 27, so she's not going to listen to us. She's just going to continue to like deal with his shenanigans. And then we just got to watch it. He is a liar. Oh my God, he's a liar. And he's like, I am a man. And I was like, then you need to pay for everything. Don't tell me you're a man and I'm paying for things. Don't tell me you're a man and I'm paying for things. He's like, babe, I'm a man. This is my religion. I say no kissing. We can't kiss. I didn't tell you that. I'm a man. Well, then pay for everything then, man. Girl, it was too much. All right, what are y'all talking about in this chat? For those of you who are hashtag replay gang, you can check the description box below to jump to the next episode. But oh my God, who had a baby? What have y'all been talking about in here? I'm not sure if it's everywhere, but here in Florida, you have to pay for that. I paid for my son when I was 6 months. So no, was he leaving with a turtleneck? Oh, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Hamza? Was Hamza the one with the Black Beauty? Yes. I don't know what you're at. You guys are having a whole conversation that is not about this. TLC had receipts. Absolutely. I'm glad you clocked that, Wah, because I knew it was a wig as soon as I saw her. Oh, it's 100% a wig. 100% a wig. Last episode was the last Sunday, I believe. Okay, girl. Show my hair. Her makeup looks like a mask. It's less makeup than I thought. It's less makeup than I thought because she doesn't have like egregious lashes. She has on like a thick. She has a lot of like area space in her lid, which is nice, and so she does like a thick wing, and she does a lot of like below. So she really is trying to go for like the dark hair beauty look, which I'm not mad at her. Gato is tripping. Oh yeah, she's doing Vanity Fair. This seems like a common theme. Didn't someone say, "Oh, we can kiss, then renege"? Oh, I have the door open. Forgot I left it open. I'm like, why can I hear the sound so quickly? I think that's the foundation and lips. Oh, you're right. So did I, and I was trying so hard to stop talking ish in my head in case she has alopecia or something like that with her. Yeah. You're right. Good call. I guess I just assume that when someone's wearing a wig, it's because of wig is such a big culture. A wig is such a big thing in Black culture that I never assume it's due to some other kind of issue. All right, let me go close my sliding glass door because it's snowing outside and I've got it open like it's the summer. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, I lost my pen. Okay, let me look for my pen now. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, next couple that we're gonna move on to is Laura and Birkan. Okay, let's find them. Uh-oh. So you're gonna take a picture of them? Nope. 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 Oh, I'm missing a couple couples then. Missing Laura and Birkan as a couple. Got to take a picture of them. Okay. So these two, Laura is 47 years old. She's from Washington. She has copious amounts of pickleball trophies in her home. She is talking to AI when we first see her and asking it a bunch of questions and having like a full-blown conversation with it. She's a 5th grade teacher, and she is not a prude. Like me, she loves smutty dark romances. So she loves sexy vampires being sexy while having sex. I mean, I was like, girl, I got some book recommendations for you. What book recommendations do you have for me? Let's join a book club. Let's join a book club. I was so excited for this because nobody else shares my love of spicy romance. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, you guys. Don't forget, 46 people in the room, sometimes 50. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. So she was first married at 21 and it just did not work out. And so she was never married again. She met her good friend Michael while playing pickleball, and they do everything together. They hike, they bike, they kayak. At some point, she started to fall for him, but he would make comments about her. He would make comments like, "Oh, I need to start dating, or I gotta find somebody." And so she quickly realized that, like, even though they were getting along famously, that he was not willing to get along and be in an actual relationship with her. So she decided that she was gonna go live her best life, lose a bunch of weight, and start dating abroad. And so that's exactly what she did. And I said, good for you, girl. It's only a woman in her, it's only a seasoned woman in her 40s who's going to understand that you can lead a horse to water, but if he doesn't want to drink, you got to go find another horse, girl. Go find you another horse. So she did. She's going to Turkey, and she's going to meet Birkan. And she says that she met him on Snapchat. Originally, she went on Snapchat to get some cute Christmas filters, but the moment she got on there, she was inundated. And let me tell you, I joined Snapchat after a years of not being on Snapchat, and I was inundated with phone calls and people. Like, I'm like, Snapchat is, you can't even turn off the phone calls. Like, it is a lot. Snapchat is an absolute hotbed of like people and men in foreign countries wanting to get with Americans and like do sexy time. And I was just like, no, this is too much. It is overwhelming. But she met Birkan there, and she says she never even got her Christmas filter. So she says that he is so hot and he has an amazing bad boy aesthetic because of his tattoos. The issue is that he's 27 years old and she's 47. And while I'm not necessarily against a woman having a good time, girl, that is not going to be your man. Go to Turkey, have a good time with this 26-year-old and leave him in the dust. Don't give him no money. Let him rock your world and move on. It's she applied for this show, went through her and him went through all these interviews, and you know it's not even real. It just seems like such a waste of time. She says she's on a pickleball court and she tells her friends that she's gonna go meet him, and they're like, "Ooh, it's like a winter spring romance." And I said, "Did you refer to her as winter because she's 47, and him as spring because he's a spring chicken?" No, it's not a winter. It's maybe like an autumn, spring. Romance. Don't call me winter. I'm at the end of my life. I'm not at the end of the cycle of like weather. Get out. Don't call me winter. She says he's super hot. I've seen them pictures and I'm like, who's super hot? Who? Because there are hotter men in Turkey. I'm gonna tell you right now. So anyways, she is with her friend Michael, and Michael's like, oh yeah, he's reaching for something in her cabinet at her house, and she's like, how tall are you? And he's like 5'8" and in a quarter, and she's like, well, you might as well say, 5'9", and he's like, well, yeah, I say that on my dating profile, as all men do. You add 2 inches, and I was like, they add 2 inches, girl, lies. So she's making some protein bars because she needs to have some healthy food while she is in Turkey, and she's doing that because she just lost 140 pounds in 14 months. That's a lot. That's 10 pounds a month. I mean, good for her. 100%. That means that she was pedal to the metal. So good for her. But she needs to have like the protein there. Now, originally Michael was supposed to go with her to Turkey, but when Birkan found out, he was not happy about it. He says that he knows men, and so he's not comfortable with having her have a man friend. And I'm gonna tell you right now, no 26-year-old is gonna tell me who I can be friends with and who I can't be friends with. That's the reason why I can't date younger than me, because I don't respect not a word that comes out of their mouth. And if I don't respect them, then we can't be in a relationship, because I'm telling you right now, I will tell you to shut up, and you shouldn't tell people to shut up who you respect, who you like, or want to be in a relationship with. I'm like, shut up, who you talking to? I'm a grown ass woman. Nobody knows what to do. And so she like doesn't want someone who's controlling, but she wants to go there first and scope it out. And so Michael hasn't bought his ticket yet. And so he says that he's willing to just like buy the ticket in short notice and just come to Turkey to hang out with her and be there so she's not alone. And so it's an awkward situation because he's in love with her, but he just doesn't want to like be in a relationship with her. And so she's like, listen, I can't wait for you. But she's so pretty. Look at her. She gives like Bridget Jones's Diary. Does she not? I was like, okay, Renee Zellweger, like in this little woman, she's giving Girl Next Door. Like, I could see her being in a sweet, America's Sweetheart as an actress. So she's just like, she holds Michael's hand as he cries over the fact that he can't love her in the way that it's weird. It's like he loves her, but he doesn't want to open up his heart to her because he's was born with a birth defect, and so he learns to reject before he gets rejected. So he's watching a woman that he gets along with famously and loves go and be with somebody else because he just can't be like, yes, let's you and I be together. And so she has to get on her knees and hold his hand while he cries through not being able to admit that he likes her. And I said, is this just an elaborate plot to get Michael to actually admit that he loves her and doesn't want to see her with somebody else? Does she start dating Birkan, apply for 90 Day Fiance just to get Michael to get off his butt? This seems like the long way around in my mind. So she's like, Michael will never tell me how he feels. And Birkan is offering that. And so I'm going to go with Birkan, and I cannot blame her, except for she better not not let that little boy tell her what to do, because I'll have things to say about it. All right. The next couple and last couple that we are going to talk about today are Rick and this beauty. I'm telling you right now, I don't know her name. I don't know her name. I looked for it. I couldn't find it. If you know it, tell me in the chat. So Rick is a 52-year-old man from Los Angeles, and he looks good for 52 years old. He looks good for 52. I'll give him that. And he is on his what feels like 15th relationship. He's got 5 kids. His 2 younger boys are from a recent marriage, and the youngest one looks like he's about 2 or 3 years old. So that's a fresh breakup from that marriage, or whatever. And he is a jack of all trade, a master of none. He sells bundles, he tap dances, he does a lot, and he's on a budget. And I said, if you're on a budget, you need to stay your ass at home. you're on a budget, just stay home. Find you a girl in Los Angeles. You want to go to Madagascar to find a woman. And then he gonna tell us that he didn't even know Madagascar was an actual country. He thought it was just a cartoon. I said, you know what? Ain't no hope for me. 52 years old, don't know that Madagascar is an actual country. Hmm. What do you think it was? What do you think the man almost was doing? He was too busy working 15 jobs in order to pay attention to see what his children was watching. I said, huh. I was like, you didn't know Madagascar was a country? It's a whole island. 52. And you got 5 kids? Okay. So Rick, Trisha, that's her name. So thank you. Rick is going to Madagascar to meet Trisha, who's 25 years old. He is 52 years old with a 25-year-old. They get on FaceTime. She talks about wanting to have kids, and he says he already has kids. I don't understand why he is wasting her time. If you don't get you a woman who don't want kids, or who's in her 40s and already has kids, I just can't. It's like, thank God this is before the 90 days, right? So we can just ha 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 ha. It's not gonna work. Ha 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 ha. I mean, between Emma and him, I feel like I'm like, at this point, Forrest and Sheena looking like they about to make it. They about to get married and make it and everything. That's crazy. 3 grown adult kids and he's learning new countries. Girl, if y'all don't So what is going to happen is these first 3 episodes, when we're meeting these couples, we're going to go ahead and take it with a grain of salt, assume that nothing is real, and move on from here. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Like, okay. Don't know where Madagascar is. Got 5 kids, 52 years old, master of none, 2 babies that he's in the playland with. Then he gonna go to his sister's house for a barbecue. And I was like, ooh, hot links. I love me some hot links. Talk to his daddy. And his daddy is over here like, oh, so you're going to the... I'm like, do they know you're going to Africa? Do you know that Madagascar is in Africa? Do you know that as an African nation? That is crazy. Oh my God, Saria, you're absolutely right. His girlfriend, Trisha, 25, is probably one of the same age as one of his grown kids. That's crazy. He gonna tell her he don't want to have kids. Go ahead and throw that fish back in the water. Leave Trisha alone. So he gonna say that he don't trust Trisha because she disappeared on him for a week. And then it turns out that it's because she got caught up in some scam where she maybe robbed her ex-boyfriend's parents' house. And then also her brother got into a car accident on her motorcycle. And so she was busy and she wasn't answering his phone calls. So now he wants to go to Madagascar and see what's up. I said, you can't even afford her. You can barely afford this trip to Madagascar. He's like, I'm worried about it because her ex-boyfriend has money and I'm on a budget. Girl, if you don't leave that girl alone, if you don't leave Trisha alone, throw her back in the sea and let her find some man who can actually afford her. She not looking for no broke American. I mean, he cute or whatever, but I'm gonna need him to get some more money together before we try to go to another country. And she's like, oh, we're gonna have some cute Madagascar kids. And I said, Madagascar is cute. Madagascar is cute. That's a cute little title. Girl, I can't listen. If this one, so this whole before the 90 days is gonna be hilarious. We got Elise and some Australian. We got Sheena and Forrest. We got Emma and Zied. This is about to be a hilarious season of nonsense. So everyone just buckle in, click, and we're just going to watch this nonsense unfold with no apprehensions and no expectations that none of these couples are going to be on the actual 90-day fiance. So I just feel like I've been yelling at you guys this whole time. My neighbors are probably like, what is she doing? Just yelling because it's so crazy. But that's what makes it good, is that it's not for real. We don't have to take anything serious. We don't have to be frustrated. We can just laugh about all the things that are happening, you and me, every Tuesday at 7:30. Ready? Lego. All right, you guys, it's the end of this episode. It is 8:30. Your girl's got to go to sleep. I'll talk to you later, and I hope that you guys have a fantastic evening wherever you are. If you were in the Midwest, stay safe out there. It is snowy AF. Is it still snowing outside? I know I had the door open like it wasn't. Oh, it's not snowing anymore, but it's gonna start again at midnight. That was a lot of hours of snow. It started snowing at like 2. And it just stopped. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It snowed for 6 hours. Not crazy. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate it. Thank you for the cash app. I appreciate ya. I appreciate ya. All right, you guys. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Shake, shake, shakes. You know what I shake your body right. Work, work, work. You know what I work it all the